Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Crumble Cake by Wuschel. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. That means in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. I'm going to skip non-consecutive for a second, go over the thermos. So thermometers, we have a circle, which is the bulb, and then we have a line coming out of the bulb. That is the rest of the thermometer. And digits have to strictly increase from the bulb. Just if you imagine a thermometer, the bottom of the bulb is marked with the lowest temperature, and then the temperatures rise. So we could do, for example, 1, 3, 6, right? We just have to keep getting bigger. What we can't do is do 1, 3, 2, because that's smaller, right? We have to keep getting bigger as we move along. Just these two thermos in the grid. And then the rest is done by non-consecutive. So non-consecutive means that if I put, say, a 2 here, none of the cells around it may be a 1 or a 3, because that would be consecutive with the 2. So cells that share an edge must have a difference greater than 1. They can't be consecutive. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so because of the non-consecutive nature of these thermos, we're either going to have 1, 3, 5, or we're going to have 2, 4, 6. I don't think there's another way around that. Because if you think about it, if I put a 1 here and I try to go bigger than 3, I certainly can't do a 2 because that's consecutive. So 3 is going to force this not. Oh, I could do 1, 3, 6 actually. So I was wrong about that. I still think that it's going to be, let's see, is there any way this could be a 5? Okay, this can't be a 5, right? Because then this can't be anything because it can't be consecutive. So this is smaller than 5 for sure. So 3 or 4, and it can't be 2, right? It's squeezed by the low and the high. That's right. And so now by marking this with 3, 4, this is a really nice non-consecutive trick. The cells around the 3, 4 cannot be a 3 or a 4. And the reason for that is if this is a 3, it's going to force this to be a 4, and that's going to be consecutive. Same with this 4. If that's a 4, this is going to be a 3, and that's going to force it to be consecutive. So if you have if you reduce a cell down to 2 consecutive digits, both of those digits can't go here. So this can't be 3 or 4. So it has to be lower than that, so it's 1 or 2. And then this can't be 3 or 4, so it has to be higher than that, so it's 5 or 6. So my markings were correct, just not my reason. Because we can do, for example, 1, 4, 6 if we want, or 1, 3, 6. We could also do the ones I said. Once this is 2, though, I think we are forced to do 2, 4, 6. We are. So if this ends up 2, 2, 4, 6 is our only option. This is a 5, 6 pair, so one of these is going to be 2, 4, 6. We don't know which one, though. So neither of these can be 1, 2, and these can't be 1, 2, for the reason I stated. So this is a 1 or 2. So these are 3, 4, 5. Okay, the other 5, 6 in this box has to go down here. You can use roping if you want, or just Sudoku. Where does this 5, 6 go in the box? It goes here. So this is the other 3, 4. This can't be 1 or 2 because it would be next to another 1 or 2. So this is the 1 or 2 for the row, and this is 3 or 4. And then we're going to need, I don't know the order that these go. They just can't go under their counterparts. What's gonna resolve this? Okay, so this cell's not 3 or 4. This cell's not 3 or 4 because they're both next to a 3 or 4. So 3 or 4 goes here or here. I'm not sure I see that. Okay. I guess we could ask the question, can this be the 2, 4, 6? So if this was 2, 4, 6, then these are the odd digits. So this would be 1, 3, 5. I think that doesn't work. Hold on. I'm going to write it out just to show what I'm seeing because I actually kind of want to double check. If this is the 2, 4, 6, what happens is this is 3, 1, 5, but now the 5 is next to the 4. So that actually doesn't work. I don't know if there's an easier way to see that, but we knew one of these would be, sorry, we know one of these is 6. That doesn't mean one of these is 2, 4, 6. But this is not 2, 4, 6, so this has to be a 1. So how does that help us? Could it be 1, 4? Is it just a problem with this being a 6? No, because this is now a 2. Okay, with this being a 2, this has to be 4. And now this has to be 6. Okay, got it. That's 3 and 5. So now that's 5 and 3. 5 forces this to be 3, which forces this to be 1. Okay, there we go. Now this is 2, 4, 6, and the 5 can't be next to the 4, 6. So that's a 2. The 3 can't be next to 4, so that's 6 and that's 4. All right, we are off to the races. Both of these ended up 1. All right, what is next? Feel like we should be able to do this. 1 in this column actually can only go here because it can't go next to the 2, and that shares a box with it. So the remaining digits are 4 and 6. The 4 can't go here either, so that's 4, that's 6. We need a 6 in this box. It's over here. We need a 4 in this row. It's in one of these two. Okay. Oh, interesting. So we can't put 5 over here. No matter where I put the 5, it's going to end up next to a 4 or 6. There's no avoiding that because 4 and 6 are down here. So the 5 goes over here. This is 4, this is 2. So now this is 2, 4, 6. I don't think I know the order yet. But we can remove the corner marks. This is 1, 3, 5. We can clean that up a little bit. But again, don't know if we know the order. Let's do these pairs down here. This is 2 and 5. So we know the order because 5 can't go next to the 4 or the 6. And then this is 3 and 6. So this is 3 and this is 6. So 6 can't go next to 5. Over here is 1, 3, 5. Let's just fill that. The odds next to the odds means we don't have to worry about non-consecutive. 2, 4, 6. All right, I'm clearly missing an obvious deduction here to finish this off. 3 next to 4. There we go. 6, 2, 4. Kind of gives a satisfying ending. 2 can't go next to 1. 5, 3, 1. 3, 5, 1. There we go. All right, 609. But before you go, I do want to show you a little trick here. And this is why I have been a little bit discouraging the use of non-consecutive in our 6x6s in this series, because there is a little trick here, and I want to go over that. You may notice, if I were to color evens and odds here, you may notice that we ended up with this roping pattern where it's even, odd, odd, even, even, odd, and then odd, even, odd, odd, even. This pattern, you can switch the odds and the evens, but this pattern's guaranteed in non-consecutive 6x6. It is provable. I went through a proof at one point. I wouldn't be able to do it from memory, but that might be a fun exercise for you to prove why this is required. I think there's a few ways you can prove it. Some are more elegant than others. I don't expect you to prove it before doing any of these puzzles. They're all solvable without that. As you can see, I did solve it without that. But now let's keep that in mind, that it's always the odds and evens join each other. And let's solve this puzzle again. And this is kind of our key here, right? Because we can't put a 2 here. If this was 2, 4, 6, we have violated our even roping. So this is always going to be a 1. And then we can only put odd numbers here. So this is going to be a 3 and that's going to be a 5, right? And that's going to put 1, 3, 5 here as well, which forces this to be a 5. And then now once this is a 5, this has to be 3, 1. And we get all of these digits. So this now has to be the 6 because it can't be the 4. And then this is 2 and 4. This is 2, 4, 6. We can't put the 6 here, the 4, or the 2 here. And the 2 can't go next to the 1 because you have the 4 and the 2. The 1 can't be next to that. And then we're back to this, and the solve is the same from here. But we could use the roping, right? Or we could use the odd roping. We can immediately put a 5 here. We can immediately put 1, 3, 5 here. 2, 4, 6 immediately here and here. We know the roping. The 2, 4, 6 has to go next to the 2, 4, 6. The 1, 3, 5 has to go here. 1, 3, 5 has to go here, and 2, 4, 6 has to go here. And I think you can just kind of finish it, right? I don't know if I guess I will. I'm this far through. Can clean this up a bit. 3 can't connect to 4, so that gives us all of these. That gives us the 5, 3, and 1. 5 can't go next to 4, so it gives this one. And we have solved it in a minute 25, right? With some explanation. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm discouraging, because it's like, okay, how hard can you really make a non-consecutive if someone knows about this? And do you want to use this? It's provable, and once you've proven it to yourself that it must be true, it kind of trivializes the puzzles. But then if you want to make the puzzle at all difficult, knowing that someone might know this property, it's going to be very, very hard for someone who doesn't know this property. So that's why I'm a little bit, I mean, I think this puzzle worked out well. I think it was a fun solve. But I am a little bit discouraging the use of non-consecutive in this series. I think if we're going to do non-consecutive, I think that's more appropriate in 9x9 and more interesting in 9x9. So anyway, that's my little tidbit at the end there. I hope you enjoyed all of this stuff. And if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.